Yo, 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 yo,
What's
yo.
up?
What's up, everybody?
What's
and
good?
welcome back
We're back.
to another episode of the Smith Bros. Titus is here. He's gonna pull up in a second. But today we have a very good, informative episode for you. I think this needs to be talked about more. It's kind of aggravating that this isn't talked about as much. Before we get into that, we need to make sure to put you on to a couple things. And first of all, I just heard some great news. We have not been bringing up one very important thing that you guys need to go to past couple episodes, but it's back, and you guys need to go and visit
Right now.
smithbrospodcast.com. Subscribe to our mind-blowing truth bomb-filled newsletter today to keep up to date with all things Smith Bros.
It's literally just my fault because I forgot to pay.
Yeah. So
That was it.
So
Why is the website not working? Freaking out. Why is the website not working? Oh, my card. It's not even that I forgot to pay. I had on auto pay, and then my card I lost my wallet, a bunch of other things. So we got a new card.
Yeah.
Everything's working. But yeah, that's what happened.
And there's the honest truth. We
Yep.
love an honest black man.
That's what I was gonna
That's
say
crazy.
too. I was gonna say black
That's
people.
crazy. Not an
I
honest
beat me
black
to the
man.
punch.
Not an honest man. He's an honest,
Honest
an honest
black man.
Y'all also don't forget to go to our Rumble page where we should be live right now. Refresh and boom. Yes, we are. We're live.
Yes, we're
Check
live.
it out right now, guys.
You love your page too?
Huh?
Love your page too?
Do I? Oh no.
You love your page instead of Smith Bros?
Oh no.
Oh wow. This is
Let's just do it. It's whatever.
It's
We'll-
okay.
Okay.
We'll,
It's okay.
we'll share it on our
Well,
page.
we're gonna have to share this on Smith Bros.
Art-
We're live. Yo, shut up, Art. Yo,
RP.
mama, get out of here.
Mama.
We're live on my page. Thought we were on Smith Bros. Click the wrong button.
I was just like, there's too many people in the live stream right now for it to be.
Wild. But yeah, guys, go to the Rumble, subscribe. It's honestly, it's the free speech platform. You never have to worry about us being taken down there. So subscribe to it right now. But without further ado,
Let's get it.
let's get into this video, guys. So I came across this TikTok of this guy. I've never heard of him. I might have heard of him. Honestly, I don't know who he is. He's just a black guy. He's spitting facts. And when the video first started, I was like, how is this gonna go? But it went in a way that we love to see. Is all I'm
This
gonna
is
say.
totally irrelevant. But
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to buy another table because I like this chair and I don't want to move it.
Oh,
So I bought this for eating,
yeah.
but I'm like this is nice.
It
It
is.
fits everything on there.
It's yeah.
Yep.
We like it.
There's my thoughts of the day. there's my thoughts of the day.
Very well said.
I said it was irrelevant.
Very well
I said it was
said.
irrelevant.
No, you gave us the warning that it didn't make sense.
It makes sense. It's irrelevant.
Gay, trans, bisexual, pansexual, polar bear lives matter.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
ARP is facts.
See,
ARP
here's
is
the-
facts though.
Isaac, if ARP, if you didn't add polar bear in there, it would have made sense. That's the crazy thing. They say that all the time.
Hey guys, how's the new place? The new place is amazing. Whit, thanks for asking. We love it. It's so spacious. I didn't expect it. We never got to see it before actually like moving in.
Well, and it already looks better than this.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just a
Better
million
than-
times
like,
better.
just even if it's just white wall behind us is better than that cement unfinished basement. No
That's
hate
brutal.
to our amazing parents. They just moved in that house. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
very
nice.
very nice aesthetic. But you guys need to listen to what he's saying because this is important, and what he's saying needs to be taught in history. So everyone, listen.
It's just funny when you sent me a thumbnail. I literally was like, "That's Colin Kaepernick,"
Oh really?
and I was like, "Oh,
mean, yeah.
Isaac saw the story."
They all look alike.
They
So
do.
let me stop. Let me
Crazy.
stop.
All right, let's hear it, let's
Jokes.
hear it,
I
let's hear
said, name 5 white people in American history who fought against racism and slavery.
it. Joe Biden.
That's crazy. That's a
Chuck
crazy
Schumer.
take.
And I want y'all to think about that because have there been 5 people? Yes. Way more than 5. Thousands. And I would ask you as a follow-up question, why can't you name them then? Because if we are to live in a society that is supposed to be anti-racist, meaning something that we create that benefits all people, not someone more than others, then we should know about people who've been fighting for years and years and years. We should know about Reverend Bruce Clunder, who was a white guy who was protesting school segregation in Ohio, and Ohio is considered the North. He laid his body down in front of a bulldozer in the 1960s to protest school segregation and died.
Like,
Wow.
yo, that is huge. That's literally just that statement alone. That's a white man dying for black people's freedom.
You know how many black people died for their freedom, though?
Yeah.
And that's what we really need to focus on.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna
all that
focus
matters.
on those that were oppressed that entire time and not the ones that tried desperately.
No, but like, wait. Imagine not being in a position where you are being oppressed at all. You're living a life lavishly. You're looked at. You're privileged, quote unquote, and you go out of your privileged lifestyle to get hate from the whole world.
Yeah, from both sides.
To stand up for something that you believe is right. Well, guess what? You're still the problem. That's what people think.
Why haven't we heard of this man, and why is he not talked about in history? Honestly, it makes me so mad because if we learn more about the white people that helped free the slaves, there'd be more unity between white and black. Yeah. We know they don't want that though. Of course we can't have that.
There's another story. There's another story. I don't know if you guys remember this. You might be too young to remember this movie. But Phil, you might remember the movie Grandma Edith had, where it was during the Martin Luther King era, civil rights, and there was this white guy who was working. I remember specifically, he was fighting alongside them. He was getting hated on during the Jim Crow era, and he was killed at a gas station. And this is based off a true story. This guy, do you remember? Familiar. He got killed, a white guy, by other white people, because he was trying. You know what? It's coming. Because he was trying to fight for this. But no, you never hear his name.
No.
Rosa Parks, who survived past that. You hear about her. Yeah. You hear about and no hate. Like obviously, grateful for her for standing up for herself.
It's not the same. Though.
But I'm just saying, like, she was already being oppressed, and then she's like, "I'm gonna fight back." This guy was already living a life of lavishness, and I'm not saying one person is better than the other. I'm just saying, stop hating on what we're all saying. Stop hating on white people in this day and era. Like they need reparations, and they need to make up for. They're benefiting off of what the slave people did. First of all, 3% of people, I think, in the whole country own slaves, which means the likelihood of your ancestors being enslaved or the likelihood of the white people's ancestors being slave owners is very small.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, there's people that fought back then in the slave times, in the civil rights era, that literally are dead now because they're standing up for us. And then yet you want to call everyone and call for reparations and call for all these other things to make them seem as if they're worse than us because of things that our ancestors, not us, went through is utterly insane.
100%. Well, if you really think about it, the people that post black squares on their screens are doing way more than these people.
And the Ukrainian flag. Don't forget about that.
Wait. I need to repeat what you just said.
People posting black squares on their screens are doing way more for black people than any of these white men and women that died
We've been new this.
for racism.
We've been new this.
That's the culture coming up.
We've been new this.
We've been new this.
What you mean?
Shut
What you mean? What you mean,
shut
man?
up.
Wit, get out of my ear. We love it.
Get out of my ear.
Thank you, Wit. Thank you.
Wit always comes in clutch.
No, I'm saying I'm playing with it.
I can't. We're gonna keep playing the video because he has more to say. But it's so insane to me that this isn't talked about.
Yep.
We should probably know about Ann McCarty Braden, who organized with Rosa Parks, and she helped organize white Southerners to join the civil rights movement.
Not with Rosa.
And to go against redlining, which was systemic ghettoization. She bought a house in her name for a black couple who could not buy a home in the neighborhood they wanted to go to. It's a lot of people. Reverend James Reeb, who marched with Dr. King. We don't often talk about John Brown is probably the most infamous one. But even beyond him, there are so many other folks, even during the period of enslavement. What that means is we can never say they were a product of their time.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. They were a product of peer pressure. Think about it that way. Because we know deep down inside when something is right or wrong.
Truth.
General Lee in the Confederate Army, he has a descendant, Robert E. Lee. He has a descendant right now who's a pastor, white guy, who's anti-racist. Was that an easy thing to do? No, because he got kicked out of his church congregation because of that. But it was a bold thing to do. So when we talk about miseducation, it ain't just like, dang, black people, y'all ain't learning your history. White folks, y'all not learning your history.
Wow.
Real. Check out this guy. I mean,
that's amazing.
He's Ernest Krim,
I believe so. Yeah, check him out.
Spitting bars.
He's spitting everything he said.
Oh, that's his TikTok account. So follow or send it to me.
I'm gonna throw him a
Yeah, I'm
follow
gonna follow him
so
too.
I don't
That's
lose
clutch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send that to me.
it.
That's clutch, bro. See, how much better would we be in life if we just didn't like this division thing and this race baiting is just so it's spitting in the face of the people that he's talking about and the people that actually fought. Like you're spitting in the face of them. All this unity they created, all these milestones they toppled over to get to where we are now, to where you're just trying to basically say none of that really matters or applies to this current age and trying to make up
make
And all their
fake
versions of-
ketchup.
That's
all
so
their
dumb.
versions of making up for those things. Like Lyndon B. Johnson tried it, didn't work.
No.
That's why there's 5 of those homes because of him.
I think that people just take advantage, or they take advantage of the fact that people won't actually dig into it themselves. They won't look back at the research. They won't look back at their history. Like guys like this is necessary because they want the division to perpetuate for centuries and centuries. So they don't want us to know. But so we have to.
Yeah.
We have
Just
to.
like imagine a newly freed black man who all they wanted was to be equal and to be free and have the same opportunity, not being discriminated against. Imagine them teaching what they're teaching now with CRT and teaching them that white men are always going to be oppressors and black people are going to be oppressed. Are you kidding me? You think they're going to take that and be like, oh yeah, this is good education. Everyone
Right.
needs to know this. Like, no, shut up. Don't talk about it. Let's now, with the opportunity we have, do something with our life.
100%.
That's what they always wanted. And that's why when you talk to old head black people that are successful, not the ones that stayed in the dumps, the successful ones, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, I worked hard, I grinded, and their kids and then their kids always, not always, those principles go from generation to generation, and those people are doing okay in America because they didn't teach them that they are going to be oppressed. They taught them that even if there is oppression, fight through it.
Yeah.
Regardless,
That's how amazing this country is. That even
Yeah.
if there's people that are trying to hold you down, you can still make it. Like Rashid, he's
Yeah.
he's not a, or I mean, he's probably leans more conservative, but he probably doesn't want to say it. But I've
Yeah.
watched him. What's that old head? But no, I've watched his videos, and this dude's like, yeah, racism is real. Yeah, and he thinks it's systemic oppression or systemic racism. He's like, yeah, it's systemic racism, and this is a guy who believes in that stuff. He's like, and what?
Yeah, and Mike's a beast. So
He's like,
it
if he's
doesn't
a
matter.
multimillionaire
Doesn't
man was
matter,
in
yeah.
prison. He's literally an anomaly compared to their statistics. He blows them out of the water. We're more likely to go to prison. Oh, check, went to prison. There's not opportunities aren't given to us. Check, multimillionaire,
Yeah.
has multiple businesses.
Yeah.
Like he's black. Oh, check, he's black. Like every single thing that you said, and well, that's just an anecdotal experience. No, there's so many people
It doesn't
that
matter.
have
where
gone from the down in the dumps, whether it was prison or just poverty in general, that rose up because they applied themselves. They had a mentor, which is very important. They don't want to have mentors. They want us to all
Truth.
have group think and follow the teacher, the professors. They don't want you to
They
have
want
a mentor who can
Yeah.
actually guide you through life and guide you through things and whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
No, they want the educational system to be the mentor. They want what their way of thinking, which is this disgusting way of thinking, to be the only way of thinking. And they don't want you to have truly successful people come down into your life and mentor you, because that's not okay. We don't want people that have been successful and done something worth their lives to teach you. We want people that went through our indoctrination camp to learn this insane stuff, to teach the younger generation, the next generation, that same insane stuff. That's what they want.
It's the teaching you like things that they never did.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Aaron, like our friend Aaron, he's like, he's a mentor of ours. He literally was like, yo, I went to school for business, and every single business teacher I went to, I asked them the one I had, and in the other classes I said, so like, what businesses do you have? None of them have businesses. None of them have experienced business, and none of them went through the ups and downs, the loopholes, the whatever on how it is to have a successful business. They just taught it because that's what they were taught.
Yeah.
So basically, they were told, this is how you do it. Never applied that, went through any of the things, provided any other information other than what was taught to them on actual ins and outs of running a business, and just started teaching what they did.
That's
and
real.
And then watch nobody be successful.
College professors, this is happening. Now, is that every single college professor? I'm sure that's not the case. I'm sure there are that have businesses. But if there's even one that doesn't,
That's crazy.
how are you going to teach someone how to run a
Real
business?
life experience, but having no real life experience, but you're teaching about it.
How does that make any sense? That's happening, and that's what they want.
It's-
Their way of doing things is the only way. And we need critical thinkers. We need mentors to come back into society.
And people are very negative about starting a business. Like, I remember when I was talking about doing real estate and wanting to do all these other things in terms of, it just made sense to me, investing and flipping and all that stuff. I was like, that just makes sense. It seems simple, and obviously there's risk, but like with every risk there comes with the risk reward. You got to outweigh weighing the pros and cons of what it is that you want to do. And I was like, I think it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be worth it for me in the long run, having cash flow coming in from whatever amount of properties that you had. I just made so much money. Rental property specifically made so much sense. Like having this amount of money coming in every month after you have a certain amount. I was like, I would want to do that. Everyone's like, whoa.
It's discouraging.
Everyone I talk to,
People are.
whoa. Why would you want to do that?
In high school, they want you to go to college and get a good job working under someone. That's always the mentality.
Always under
That's
somebody.
the way
So
to be
stupid.
successful in America. The American dream.
That wasn't even the American
That
dream.
wasn't the
it's
true
the
The
American
original
dream.
American dream was literally being
Isn't
a
it
provider
crazy?
for your
That's what
own
they
family,
teach
for
us,
your own
though.
thing.
Through like movies and stuff, they teach us that the true American dream is working for some
Go
corporation.
to college for 4 years.
Yep.
And if you want to be a
Yep.
doctor, 8 years.
Yep.
Go to doctors for literally. You're
Yep.
literally just slaving your life away to school
But it's
for
even
the first.
But the answer to that is not to get free stuff for everyone, by the way. No, it's work harder and
it's
start
dumb.
something for yourself. That's what the answer to that is. Because a lot of people will have the same leading up thought process. Like, I don't want to be a slave to my job. I don't want to work for 40 years or however many years, retire and be old and have money to do, like have a ton of money, but be older, so old that I can't do anything with it. The answer is not everyone should have free stuff from the government. That doesn't make sense. There's no incentive for anyone to do anything. The answer is to start something for yourself. There's so many things out there, so many inventions out there that we would have never thought of, but because someone decided to think and think outside of the box, think, oh, where's the need? Is there a need for this? Oh, let me do something. Like that mentality is not taught anymore. There's anomalies now versus like being a regular thing where we're continually creating new things, continually supplying a need within our society. That needs to come back. That's the kind of mentality that needs to come back. And I'm sick of it.
Communities, man. Like we always
Communities.
get back to this, like when we talk on our podcast, but like this is like people helping one another, like with business, like you shouldn't have to go to some random loan shark in order to get an investment in what you plan to do and what you believe in. If you do the research and you have the plan, a person that's successful in your community that has gone through that is gonna want to what's the word? Impart wisdom and want to invest in you and your dream because they think that there's something out of it, and they'll get something out of it because they invest. So then they're going to return on their investment. We need people to help young people and mentor them, and that's the American dream. That's the American dream. Not going to school for 8 years so you can become a gender studies genius.
It's
a confused studies genius.
so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so cringe to me that because the people, like you said, the people who care about you most, your friends and family, they discourage you. Like there's a million different entrepreneurial type things. Everyone thinks that and all these things are like pyramid schemes, all these different type like marketing things. There's so many things out there that you can actually do, but automatically off rip, your friends and family discourage it.
Yeah. Even
And
the
so
pyramid schemes, Isaac Phil.
Even stuff that's not though. Even stuff that's not
make money off of.
Right.
If you get people under,
Right.
like so that it's so discouraged to do anything to where you can.
They don't want to help
money.
you. Friends don't want to help you. Family doesn't want to help you.
You know how quickly you can get money doing that if you're a hustler. I mean, obviously there is like I
mean, it's just multi-level marketing. There's legit stuff.
Whether or not it's like moral to get people under you that maybe don't have the ability to do what you're doing, that's a whole other thing. Yeah. But like,
it's tough.
You are telling them the truth though too. It's like this is what you do. If you do this, and I will. So I mean, and I don't know if it's illegal, then it's wrong. But I'm just saying,
if it's illegal, it's
I'm just
wrong,
saying
but
though,
there's legal stuff.
People, that's such a you're screwing people over, or it's not likely that you'll get that. No, if you're a hustler, you'll get.
If you can get to that point, I know people who have done well with that.
I do too.
Yeah,
our neighbors that next to us, they quit their jobs and became very, very successful because that's what they did. They were hustling and doing it.
1000%.
It's very possible.
And also going back to like the having a role model thing, it's like it's so cringe to me with like the black people who are claiming that we're oppressed and all this different stuff, racism. Like the people that we look up to, like the athletes, like LeBron complains all the time. We have to deal with that stuff with Colin Kaepernick. All the people like these people who made it, they're at the top of their field,
$1 billion
killing
deals.
it. Michael Jordan, all these people, you can do whatever you want. Obviously, they're in sports, and that's like a 1% of 1%, like athletic wise. But you can be in another field or something, and they're the ones that are screaming. They made it. They got out of their tough neighborhoods, tough areas, and they still killed it, slayed it. Have endorsements, sponsorships with everybody. It's like it blows my mind. Colin Kaepernick made so much money in his NFL career, and if he would have complained and did his kneeling thing, he would probably still be a backup today because he was losing it naturally. Like he wasn't as good as he was, and it's like it's because he's black now. All of a sudden, that's not what it was.
Speaking of Colin Kaepernick, there's breaking news.
Breaking news.
Or not necessarily
breaking news sound,
but
dun, 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 dun.
We need to get it. But Colin Kaepernick is back in the limelight. You know, he wants to be, so he's there.
I haven't even seen this clip, but I've been seeing it. Everyone's been talking about it, and I know he said something about he's calling his parents racist or something.
Like his adopted parents that brought him in and gave him a good enough life so he could make it to the NFL.
Those
parents.
How hurt are they? That
Imagine. But
It's insane.
so we were talking about the black people that had like they needed role models, and the black people that grinded and fought their way out regardless of oppression. This is the opposite.
That's what we talked about. Opposite.
This is 100% the opposite of that. So let's take a look at what this is. I honestly haven't seen it either, so this is kind of a blind reaction. But this came out today, so let's take a look.
Since when do we
Ad wall, perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go right back here. Take a look at us. We're gonna
Take a look at us.
Hey, guys.
Wasn't that
quit? When do we run and hide?
he's conservative?
That's never
He's-
been
he was
America.
like- no, he
That's
likes
not
Trump.
what we do.
Very conservative.
We
It's actually
It's his
And I like that a reporter it showed because she got fired for not getting jabbed.
Oh,
So I
really?
love her. Yeah, from
Okay.
ESPN.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, let's take a
Yeah.
look at this, y'all.
True high school coming of age story. His journey embracing his blackness despite resistance from many, including his white adopted.
Actually, a comic book of Colin Kaepernick. Sorry, that's just okay. We're gonna keep going. That's just
parents.
I know my parents loved me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson,
What's that dude?
who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles, his mom asked?
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
Your mom
Become.
said that to you.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But it also is informed why I have my hair long today.
The grown-up version of Eve wanted to go back in time and give young Colin a lot of hugs. And I was really moved and saddened by the level of kind of self-awareness that he had to develop at a very young age without a lot of guidance.
That's
so.
so that's so
Kaepernick called
cringe.
his family treatment of his race problematic.
No, nothing to do with your race. It had everything to do with hairstyle. Here's the thing. Let's not act like having those hairstyles what isn't affiliated with gangness, with thugness, with thug behavior. Maybe not as much nowadays.
But Allen Iverson, if you talk about Allen Iverson in 2001, that's exactly what he's referring to because he hung out, he embraced that his black.
Thug
He did actually
culture.
did that black
thug
gangster.
culture.
That's exactly what he
They
was doing.
all did
exactly
back
what he was
Can
doing.
you really blame the parents? What do you
That's-
see?
that's
called they care
what
about-
do you see on TV?
Black parents do it.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna look like a thug. You're gonna get a good
You're
job.
You're not gonna be sagging your pants.
You're not gonna
be
take
doing that.
pull your
Yeah,
pants
pull
up,
your pants
put your
up,
belt
all that
on,
stuff. Yep.
do your hair, cut it
100%.
down. Like
Isn't
not
it-
because, huh?
I was just total pivot. Isn't it crazy that people wear their pants down, but it came from like
Gayness.
from the bottom
Yep.
Yep.
bottom B in prison? The dude that was
Yeah.
taking it,
Yep.
that meant that they were ready. So like, why do black people want to take that on?
It's giving gay, that's for sure.
It's
Well, that was an indoctrination thing too, and they're making that. Yeah, it's sick.
Insane.
Yeah, it's
actually insane. I don't even know if there's more. There might be more, but
that's
I mean, there might be
crazy.
another. We can do another actual episode on it,
Yeah.
but like, no,
His parents were probably like, "What?"
like
Seeing this interview.
everything they did for him, like, not saying they were perfect. I'm sure they had their faults and their flaws. But they took in a kid because they wanted a kid. And here's the thing about adoption: when you have your own child, you don't choose your child. When you're adopting, you do choose the child.
yeah.
So they
100%.
said, "I want him. He's a black kid. I want him." I mean, is he black? I don't even know what he is.
Is he half? I think
He
he's
really
half. I
wants
think he's
to- he really
actually
wants to-
half. I think his real mom's
He could.
white.
If you told me he was Indian, I wouldn't be like, "Oh no," I wouldn't
think
say
his
no.
Another
mom's
Kamala
white.
Harris story.
Huh?
I think his birth mom's white.
He's giving another
That's
Kamala.
crazy.
All I'm saying is like, they chose him.
Mhm.
So you think they're racist unless they want him to be their little slave? Like what the heck? He said, "I love."
Bro, you made it to the NFL. They didn't want that.
Yeah, he said, "I
Yeah.
started with I love my parents," but yeah, it's one thing to say I love my parents. They weren't aware that like that could come off as problematic. I think they were just trying to do what was best for me, because that in the past those hairstyles were filled with a certain type of culture that they didn't want me to get involved in. And they wanted to be like that's one thing, but to say that they're like racist or there's elements of racism or elements of problematic hatred towards their son because of his skin color, or that's so messed up.
It's literally just like saying, like a parent saying to their child, "Don't get tattoos all over your arm because you might not be able to get a
Piercings
job."
and stuff. Yeah,
Piercings,
all that stuff.
because that was true. You couldn't do that.
It
That's
wouldn't
not
look
a
good for
race
jobs.
thing.
It wouldn't look good for jobs.
No,
Yeah,
people that are
professionalism.
hiring don't
Yeah.
want their employees to look like that. They want to look professional. That's what they were doing. How old are you now? How long ago was that? things have changed
Hey,
now.
anything for his 5 seconds, guys.
I'm just saying, like right
He
now,
15 comes up and he's like, I need another.
People
Right.
don't
Every single
understand. He actually started sucking at football, so he's like, I'm losing it. And that's what the kneel thing.
Convenient.
It's crazy. It's convenient. And then he took it. I see an opportunity. I'm gonna run with it. And he's still been in the limelight for. It's been like probably like 5 to 7 years now. Like, and he's still out here
But
because that's crap.
The thing is, this is the problem. He hasn't. This is the problem. He hasn't been in the limelight, so he tries to get in it every 5
Every 2 seconds.
Because you don't hear about him all the time.
Periodic.
Yeah, you don't hear about him all the time.
Yeah.
It's like this documentary comes out. The Nike thing comes out. The documentary thing comes out where he tries to compare the NFL draft to slavery. That's insane. Yeah,
that is insane.
$1 million deals. Well, they just choose us. Yeah, because you're good at what you do and they want to pay you for it. Stupid. Like, what the heck are you
Imagine
talking
complaining
about?
getting millions of dollars.
Yeah, like, oh
So
man.
so in soccer,
And now his parents are racist. He's
It's
like,
so
what
ins-
can I do?
it's
What
crazy.
else can I do? Because I'm running out of ideas. What can I do to just get one more little burst of some fame, notoriety, and eyes on me? Because that's what I care about. I'm a selfish little brat who wants everyone to pay attention to me.
Mhm.
I'm a selfish brat. I don't want everyone looking at the people that are actually talented.
Yeah.
Hey, don't focus on Tom Brady, the GOAT of all football, retiring. Focus on me, the guy who was getting sucky, so I wanted to kneel down during the national anthem, which is to respect the people that died for us in this country.
like
Which they died for you to have the
Real.
freedom to do that, but that's still messed up to do.
he only had
Anyways.
he had 2 seconds of fame and actually being like really good. He had 2 good years under Michigan's coach Jim Harbaugh when he was the coach of the 49ers. It's really he made it to a Super Bowl. He was really good for a couple years, but he just slipped and he started sucking. But a quick aside, in professional soccer, like in Europe and stuff, when they have players go to another team, they actually do call it selling their players. So that would be more like
But
a
you-
slave thing.
you
Like
literally
they
are
do call it selling. But that's what.
Hey,
Yeah.
look,
Well, I mean, technically that's what
Yeah,
it is.
technically it
I'll
is.
be
Technically it
sold
is.
to another team for millions of dollars. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like,
Right.
shut up.
But it's
bro.
not-
Like,
it's
these
not-
slaves. Oh, well, the slaves got fed.
But it's not slave. No, I know. I'm not even
Yeah,
saying
the
it.
slaves
The
didn't live in
slaves had a home.
penthouses.
The slaves
in
had
New
a
York.
home. The slaves had a home.
So
They're
stupid.
fed. They had to pay that. And they pay taxes. It was all
They got
me.
sold for $200 million.
Yo.
They get $200 million.
Kaz Realist says no, they haven't. I don't know who he's responding to, but the rest of what he says is good. Or she. No, they haven't. There are an estimated 30 million slaves in the world today, mainly blacks enslaving other blacks, over 10 million today in Africa.
I've heard that.
I don't know what that's
I've heard
referring
that. I've
to,
heard
but
that.
yeah, you're right.
I've heard that.
If we said there's no slavery, that's not what we meant. We meant no slavery in America.
In America.
Other than human trafficking, which is something they don't want us to talk about. But anyways,
That is
Yeah,
the most, the
that's
most
definitely
vile
happening.
thing happening on the planet that everyone's ignoring.
and it's all, which means that people that are in power are the ones in charge of that.
Yep.
It has to be. Otherwise, it would be
Well, it would be
everywhere.
out there. It would be out there.
The border would be closed. But we won't belabor the time.
Let's not have that be normal. That's been like it's been 2 episodes in a
I
row.
kind of like it. I kind of like it. But before we go, guys, we need
He
make
wants to be
sure
dad. The believer in the time.
Shut up. We need to
Just stop.
make sure to put you guys on to
MyPillow.
MyPillow.com. Go ahead and support Mike Lindell, but also us. He's a conservative businessman. Like, if you want to support conservative businesses, this is the best way to do it. But you're also supporting us, our channel. You can help us upgrade. Obviously, we look better now. We're in a
Way
new spot.
better.
But we want to look better and we
Praise
want
the
to do
Lord.
better. We want to do more. So if you can go to mypillow.com, enter in promo code Smith Bros right here where it says enter promo code here.
Yeah, it's super simplistic. So you'd be stupid if you don't find it.
Super
Yeah.
easy. You can get up to that's insane.
Now we love you guys.
You
We
can
love
get
you
up to
guys.
66% off all these amazing products. They have amazing towels. We use them pretty much every single day. No, we every day.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know.
Especially now,
I don't know why I said
now we're
pretty
back
much.
in our apartment. All I have is my pillow up there.
Yeah, we got the awesome
That was the
footwear.
blackness in
Ooh,
you.
New page. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Slippers.
Get yourself some slippers. Support a conservative business. Support us. It helps a lot. Like actually a lot. You guys don't understand how much.
Wait,
it
that deal's
helps.
actually insane. 150 to 25.
Look
with
at
promo?
that. Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that.
What? Oh, I forgot.
Whoa.
Wait, Dawn did
whoa.
hit us up about a sale on
Look
email.
at this
Oh,
colossal
wow.
sale.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to get
Guys,
I'm about to get a couple of those.
More
What?
than 66% off. Look at this.
I'm
149.
getting those tonight.
$25 right now for the massive closeout sale. Guys, you
Damn.
gotta do it.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting tons of savings. Go to mypillow.com. There's so many different things. It's not just shoes. I'm sure it's other things. They got
Yo, that's
Hold
crazy.
on.
Wow, that-
matches is pretty much the same. But guys, go right now to mypillow.com. Get the slippers that we've been talking about for months and
They're
months
comfy.
and months.
They're comfy.
The $25. So cheap. Also, if you don't want to do that, which you should, because you're getting an amazing deal, do it. Go to
Go to my
TitusEllismith.com.
freaking YouTube channel.
Go-
get yourself some fancy merch.
Come on, get
Smith
some
Bros
merch.
Take a look at my friend Smith Bros podcast merch, and also
Five
Five
Levels
Levels
of
of Dumb. Honestly, 5 Levels of Dumb is a dope sweatshirt. Like, get
It's
it,
dope. It's clean. Look at that.
get it. The 5 levels because you're stupid.
I know. I gotta get something. Like,
Say
I have
trick
to
of my
have a
friends.
tagline.
It's triggered. Like, you know how many people be like, "What's that about?" And they'd be like, "Oh, well, this podcast I watch." And then they trigger people on a daily basis. Either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. But anyways,
Absolutely.
go check that stuff out.
Please check it out. And also, guys, there are other ways to support the channel if you just want to help us out. All proceeds go back into the podcast, but there is our Venmo, our Cash App, our PayPal down below. Anything helps. $1, $2, whatever.
Facts.
Anything helps support the channel. If you actually want to like help get the message out there, please support us in any way you can by shirts,
Like, share with
pillows,
friends. Appreciate you
sending
guys.
money. All of it helps. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a great episode today, and we will be
Miss you
live
guys.
on Smith Bros. Everyone here, follow the Smith Bros channel on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Subscribe to it. We are live on there every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Subscribe right now. Until next time,
See you guys
y'all.
Monday.
We see you Monday.
Peace.
It's Friday. Oh my goodness. We'll
Yeah,
see you
it's
next
Friday.
week. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Peace.